How's it going, everybody? It's K4K Crypto here. Everybody loved my video I did explaining how to never get hacked in crypto, and so I'm going to expound upon those ideas and those ideals in this video in a shorter format for an even more advanced, more protective, more secure way to store your crypto. Trezor reached out to me and they wanted to send me a Trezor Model T. You can check that out on their website. There's a link in the description that takes you to their website. And it's basically a more empowered version of the Trezor Model 1, which I did the review on in that video, if you want to check it out. And basically go through all the steps of how to keep yourself secure and not get hacked in crypto. And there's many reasons, and I go over in that video. But basically, in this one, it's just going to be about this new Model T that actually has more features, which actually allow you to be more secure than just the Trezor Model 1 at a slightly higher price point. So the Trezor Model T this is what it looks like. There we go. It's a little thicker. It's got a screen on it. So basically, this thing is awesome. It has a full color LCD screen and it's touchscreen, so you just tap the stuff, you put in your pin this way, you don't have to look at the screen in monochrome and barely tell what's on there, and then click, you don't have to click on the screen whenever you're trying to put in the pin, and so it's much faster. You're just like, pin, boop, 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 and then you check mark, and then you're in. And then after that, another thing that the Trezor Model 1, the earlier video that I did, you can't put in a passphrase through the device. You have to do it through the keyboard, which is kind of defeating the purpose of the passphrase if it can be logged and recorded by a keylogger. It's always better and more secure for everything you can do regarding your private key, like putting in your PIN, putting in a passphrase, Shamir secret sharing, which I'll get into in this video. All these things are much easier and much faster if you use a Trezor Model T. Now it's a little more pricey, so if you only have $100 to put into crypto, probably don't get the Model T. But if you're expecting to be coming into a lot of wealth, either through your investments over time in crypto, because it seems to, every bull cycle, we seem to be printing new millionaires. So if you have $1 million, or if you've just a large amount of money that you think is worth keeping the most protected possible, this is probably the best thing on the market. So the reason is you're able to put in your passphrase. It's an extra layer of protection on top of your seed words. So normally if someone gets your seed words, they get access to all your funds, right? If someone has your seed words or your private key, boom, you're screwed. But with the passphrase, it's actually an extra layer. It's almost like a 25th word. Some people say it that way, as opposed to 24. If you just make a MetaMask one, it's only 12, which is less secure, but it's fine for now. But basically, being able to input it on the device is amazing. It saves you so much time using this device. And as we know, time is money. So if you're spending more time setting up your device using either like a Trezor Model 1 or a ledger that is less advanced, you're going to be spending a lot of time on that. Whereas this really shrinks it down and makes it easy to set up things like Shamir secret sharing, which is probably one of the most advanced, other than multi-sig, solutions to protecting your crypto, so that you're not worried about one location having your private keys, and if your house burns down and your keys were in the house, well, maybe you lost them. So Shamir secret sharing was super easy to set up on the Trezor Model T. So what it looks like when you go through setting up the device, all you have to do is go into the setup. So basically, first thing you do is you unpack your device and you check the tamper-proof seal. Make sure the packaging it came in was, not tampered with as well. Like if it's open, maybe you should contact Trezor about that. Funny thing is, actually, I have The step one is unpack device, make sure wasn't tampered with. This is unironically the package it came in, and it was open on both sides. I'm not going to show you the other side, um, but they were both open like that, and then the box was just sitting in there, and I was like, what the heck? It could have just fallen out, or someone ripped open the side. Because look, you're supposed to open the top to open this type of package, but it's just open on the side. So I contacted Trezor, and I was like, you guys sent me this, but I know they don't handle the actual delivery. That's based on the delivery people, but it was tampered with or whatever. Not the actual device itself. The holographic seal was still connected. I pulled it off myself whenever I took it out. And so I told them about it, and they were like, oh, that's not supposed to be like that. So then they're going to send me another one so I can do a review of the unboxing so you can see everything inside and how it's supposed to look. And it's really cool. There's actually some cool things inside the box, but that's for the unboxing video, which I'll get to another day. So first you unpack the device, make sure it hasn't been tampered with. Go to trezor.io/start. You download the app on your computer. I think you can even do it on your phone, but I don't recommend doing crypto on your phone. You should be doing it on some crypto specific computer that you don't do anything else with. You run the Trezor suite, which I'll show you here in a second. And it looks like this, and then you just connect your Trezor. There we go. And I just hit tap to connect. And once my PIN, there we go. Verifying PIN. And then it's going to ask you for a wallet type. So if you use a passphrase, if you learned about that in my other video, what that does is it adds an extra layer of security so that even if someone has all of your seed words, they can't get to your addresses that are part of your hidden wallet. So if they don't have that passphrase, which you've only ever entered into this device and never a keyboard because you have a Model T and not a Model 1 or a Ledger that doesn't have that capability, you're actually still secure. So unless they know your passphrase as well as all of your seed words, then your money is still secure, which is great. And these hardware devices do not protect you from, if you connect to a bad app that you allow permissions to, it can still probably spend all of your money. It doesn't actually protect you from that. This basically keeps your private key offline, and even though it's connected to your computer, it's offline. If you just use MetaMask, what happens is it stores your private key in a special folder connected to that Chrome app. If you're using Chrome, I think you can use other browsers, but I use Chrome. So in your Chrome app extension, there's a file folder that's encrypted that has your private key in it. It's like, okay, so it's on your computer live all the time. If you have a virus or someone is sending out malicious stuff specifically to target this extension and where it's located in the file that has your key in it, which is basically just the computer's version of your seed words, it can decrypt it, and all it needs is your MetaMask password, which you type into your computer if you were to go, log in. And so if you have a keylogger and you have that Trojan type of, or not Trojan, but like a virus on your computer, they can basically get your crypto decrypted and get your account access to your whatever addresses you had in that MetaMask. So this protects you from that, and you can actually be immune to that impending doom that may happen in the coming years. Maybe there's a huge MetaMask exploit and people who weren't using hardware wallets or keeping their keys offline. Maybe those people all get hacked in some mass, collective event, and you won't be a part of that because you'll have a device that actually allows you to be in DeFi actively without having to input your seed words or anything like that into the computer directly. You can just have a device that can prove that you have the access that you do have without them being online. That's kind of the magic of a hardware device. Now, if you were going to buy something and you were just going to sit on it for 10 years, you probably don't need a hardware device because you can technically just write your seed words on paper and then delete it and never have it, but it's still riskier to just have a MetaMask in general instead of generating your private key inside of a device like this. This is much more secure than typing it into a keyboard and having it all your seed words show up on screen when you're setting up your MetaMask. Super unsecure. Most people do not get hacked in crypto, so this isn't meant to be fear mongering, but like saying most people don't get hacked in crypto to the guy who got hacked in crypto due to something like this doesn't really help his situation. And the majority doesn't really matter whenever it's happening to you. So you have to do whatever you can to protect yourself. And so I try to protect myself as much as possible, especially being an influencer out here, making myself more public. I have to be extra secure. So anything that can get me a bit more security with my crypto holdings, I am super happy to talk about and help other Hexicans and other people in crypto in general. I want to help everybody who's getting into crypto not get hacked. I think it's a better world whenever we're more protected and actually get to keep our money that we earn. It's kind of the whole point of crypto, and I am trying to just spread some information about this awesome product here. So let's see here. The next step after you go to the start is you're going to connect to your Trezor. You follow the steps, you install the firmware, and all Trezors come with no firmware, and it checks, the bootloader loads up and checks it and makes sure that it's all correct. If it's not, it'll tell you. All right. And then you basically choose new wallet or recover wallet. Now depends what you need. So if you've already done something where you can't completely move your funds from one wallet to another one, but you want to not keep your funds in that hot wallet address that like your MetaMask that's constantly online with your private key. If you'd like to remove that from being hot and move to cold, then you'll need to probably get two hardware devices. One is going to be your Vault wallet that you generate the initial seed in your device, and that's the only place it's been created. And that's where you'll send your stuff for permanent storage going forward, and that's the safest one. Everything else that you can't move, but you'd like to keep it offline, you're going to make sure you have your seed words for if it's MetaMask or something or whatever, and basically you're going to recover your wallet into the device whenever you see that option there. And so you'll recover the wallet, and that will move your private keys into that hardware device, and then boom, it's secure in there. It stops the bleeding. You don't constantly have it online anymore. But if you were already compromised before that, like someone else already also knows all your seed words, you can't protect that stuff. You guys both have the same access. That's the importance of having a Vault wallet where you've always only ever had it inside the device and no one else has ever had it. That's the whole point of having the Vault set aside. And then the other one is just for stopping the bleeding, and you have to delete any instances of MetaMask that had those seed words in it because you've moved them now into that Trezor or whatever hardware device you're using. And so whenever you go to use those addresses again, you just connect to a dummy MetaMask, you install MetaMask, and it's completely brand new. It doesn't matter really what the information is or the password. You're not going to use the MetaMask account. And basically you connect your Trezor or your other hardware device, and then you hit connect hardware device, and then you're basically using your super safe, secure private key, which is staying offline the whole time, and you're able to do all the same stuff you could before, but with more security and more peace of mind. Like I can't imagine having all my crypto in a hot wallet, just MetaMask, knowing that it could be swiped at almost any moment. And so these hardware devices give you peace of mind of when you're interacting with the blockchain that nobody else is going to be able to get to these private keys. So now the super awesome thing I want to talk about is the ease of use for Shamir secret backup. With the Trezor Model T, you're actually able to select that as an option whenever you're choosing your backup words. You can choose like 24 words, or you can choose Shamir Secret. backup, which allows you to do several. You can do. I think there might be a limit within it, but you can do like at least up to 10 different secret. What do they call it? Shares, and so it'll look like this. All right, don't mind the handwriting. But yeah, basically you write out 20 of each of these, and then you can have a passphrase on top of that, and you have several instances of them. So this one I did three secrets, three secret shares, and then you need two of them to actually like to decrypt it and get access. So what this allows you to do, and you can do like, oh, there's 7 secrets, but you need 3, or you can say you need 5 of the 7. And what you do is you spread these around, and you should imprint these into metal as well to be extra safe, so that you know these things aren't just going to dissolve or melt or whatever wherever you're putting them, or catch fire. And so you're still going to want to spread those out, and you can either pound them into metal like I talk about in my other video, like into little washers, and I have links in the description for the Amazon store if you want to actually get those washers versus the more expensive blocks of metal. They're a little bit easier sometimes to use, but they're more expensive per unit, and more obvious that you're using it for crypto. So whenever you set this up with Shamir's secret sharing, this is even more secure than if you just kept like multiple sets of your full seed words around, full seed words and your passphrase. Usually you should keep those separate. That way if someone gets one of them, they don't have access to your stuff. But this goes an extra step further with Shamir's secret sharing. You're actually separating your risk all around. You can even give it to people you trust, because them alone, they cannot actually access your stuff. But mostly it's like, I think even Vitalik Buterin did something similar to this. His parents up in like Canada or something, he contacted them whenever he wanted to sell all of like that Ethereum or all of that, was it Shiba Inu? And basically they gave him the other part he needed to his wallet. It might have just been multisig. I can't remember if it was Shamir or multisig. But basically, he needed their piece, and they gave it to him over like voice call or something, and then or read it off to him, and then he was able to sell his stuff. And so that means he's so secure that even if he couldn't spend or sell anything he wanted to without calling his parents, is basically how he had it set up. And so that is super secure. Even if him all by himself, he himself cannot access his stuff all by himself. That's kind of the level, the highest level of security you can get is basically Shamir secret sharing and multisig and passphrase. And so that is all done much easier on the Trezor Model T. From what I've done it, I set it up. I did the Shamir secret sharing. You can choose as many as you want to do. And then whatever fits you, like in your mind, how many people, and they have to be people that wouldn't collude as well. So like if your parents and your grandparents don't like you, and you give each of one of them a part of your stuff, and all they need is to work together to screw you over, and they don't like you, or they're aware that someone else has one of these secrets. So they shouldn't, ideally, the people who have the secrets shouldn't even know who else has the secrets. They should think they're the only person who has it. And then they aren't able to collude and, take what's not supposed to be taken. But yeah, Shamir secret sharing is super easy to set up. It's just 20 words, 20 words, 20 words. And you input it and you can check the seed in like 3 minutes or something like that. I did it really fast, which is way faster than you can do it on any of these other devices that I've worked with. It's way faster and allows you to get that extra level of security of splitting up your keys across several pieces of paper, where even if, or whatever metal, and allows you to actually maintain security. Even if one gets in the wrong hands, they don't have access to your seed words. It's only enough if they have the other parts that are necessary. And you get to choose how much is necessary. You could have 7 different ones, but you need 5 for instance, for it to actually work. Or you can do 7 and you need 2. So it's up to however you want to do it. And it was really simple with the Trezor Model T. If you try and do this with the Trezor Model 1 or like a Ledger Nano, it's way more work, and I wouldn't recommend that. It would feel bad recommending people do that. But if you do it with the Ledger, if you do it with the Trezor Model T, it's amazing. And it was super easy, and you get that extra security that almost nobody has. I would say, like, most people in crypto probably aren't Shamir secret sharing. Most people are probably using just MetaMask, I would say. And that is scary to think about. So it's always good to be ahead of everybody else in certain fields, especially whenever we're talking about money that is digital and can be taken in an instant if not secured properly. So securing properly is paramount in crypto. Yep, so after you do this Shamir secret setup, you're going to set your PIN directly on the device, which is very nice. Other ones, you have to click around on the computer while looking at the device, and it's not colored and it doesn't look nice. So you set your PIN up to 16 digits, and then you can choose all of the different, basically any sort of chain that you want to connect. You can have multiple different chains. You can have a Bitcoin wallet. You can have ETH wallet, which handles all ERC20s. You can have, I think they even have like all those, they have like Tron, AVAX even, I think. Basically all these other ones, you can choose to be on those as well. I think even Dogecoin, stuff like that. So if you want to be able to easily store several different private keys, or at least have access to the keys all in one place for multiple networks, a hardware device is the best way to do it. Let's see what's next. So let's see, you can change the name on the device and image, and it's a nice pretty picture. I thought there was sound in the background. Anyway, I picked BitConnect. I don't know if you can read it. You can't see it. But I also have the picture of the guy from the BitConnect thing. It's pretty funny. That's like a default option you can choose. I thought it was pretty funny. The next thing you do after you do that is you can choose a passphrase, which I would recommend. As long as you write it down and remember it, it's just an extra layer of security and should separate it from your other words so that only you know. All right. The other thing you can do is you can enable discrete mode. That way, if there's any screen capture software that works, some of the time, you can keep your numbers hidden, or if other people are in the room and you're looking at your numbers or something, they'll be blurred out unless you disable it or specifically click on the stuff. So I would recommend that. And then you should always do a seed backup check of the device in the device settings. So give me a second here and we will connect. So we're gonna get connected. All right. See how it asked for passphrase there, but I'm actually entering the passphrase on the Trezor. Oh, 1 second here. I loaded that a long time ago, so let's try that again. All right, now we're doing the passphrase. Now, normally on a Trezor Model 1, you'd have to type the passphrase into the computer, which kind of defeats some of the purpose of it. So Trezor Model T is just better in that regard. Just straight up better, more secure. And it wants to confirm, so I'll put it in again. It's because the address is empty. I'm not going to actually use these keys that I showed on this video, obviously. So yeah, then we're in here, and then all you would do to check your backup is you click on the wheel in the upper right, and you click on device, and then you're going to do check backup, and then select number of words in your seed, and enter all words in the correct order. I understand. Boom, start. And then it's like, do you really want to check the recovery seed? And they hit yes. Then you put in the PIN. And then you select the number of words. And for Shamir secret sharing, you pick 20. So then you enter any of the shares. So 20 words, and it sounds like a lot, but on the screen, so enter share. I do 1 of 20, 2 of 20, 3 of 20, but you only have to put in the first 4 letters of each secret word. So really it's what, 4 times 20, 80 presses on the screen. So you're just going boop, 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 boop. And it's just like the old T9 texting on the phones. You know how it's like there's 4 letters per area? You probably can't see it on the thing. Yeah, it's not showing. But basically, you just put in 4 of the letters, and it's really easy. It's all lit up, and boop, boop, boop. That's 1, boop, boop, boop. That's 2, boop, boop, boop. That's 3. And then you get all the way through, and then you do another secret, and you add that in, and then that's how you would check to make sure your seed backup was working. And you don't have to do that constantly or anything. You just check it once to make sure that you have your right keys written down. If you don't have the right stuff written down, and you can stamp it into metal, it doesn't help you 5 years later when you go to uncover it and you realize it was wrong the whole time. And then you're very, 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 very sad. So you always want to make sure that you have the right seeds written down. That's what that's for. You just do it one time and then you make sure you copy that stuff correctly to the right mediums for storage. All right. So after we did that, I didn't fully connect. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I did. I just, I'm not going to finish the Shamir secret backup. I already did that. It was very simple. I did it all in like 3 minutes. You know, it's like 80 presses. And there was only 3 shares and 2 of them were necessary. So 160 presses on the screen pretty quickly and you're done to check it. Way faster than doing those checks on the other machines. That takes sometimes 15 to like 30 minutes, long time. All right. Yeah, so the more directly done on your device, the better for your security. If you're putting stuff into your computer related to your crypto, that's always more scrapable because your computer connects to the internet and does things. So this thing never connects to the internet. It will never connect. All right. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to save yourself the time. Like if you are going to get one of these devices and you already have lots of money in crypto, then it's almost a no-brainer to get the higher quality build item that has more features, that is more secure, that actually allows you more options and is way faster, saving you time so that you can get out there and buy more crypto and have more wealth. So yeah, that's the video. I wanted to just go through all the benefits of the Trezor Model T. All right, everybody. One of you guys is going to get a free Trezor, whoever was in the top 100 comments of this video, the how to pulsechain and pulsex farming and staking guide. So let me start up a random number generator. Random number generator. All right. And then we're going to do out of 100, generate number 1? No way. Number 1. K for K, you are one of the most reliable sources I get my news and updates from. I also learn a lot from you. Well-researched, studied, and tested contents. Thanks a lot for the time you put into this for us. What a great comment. Number 1. You saw it. It's totally random. It's Google's random number generator. That's what we're going with. Congratulations, King Emister. I'm going to direct message you probably before I post this so that you don't get a bunch of spam and you can't tell who's the real one. And we'll try and get you set up with Trezor, sending you a Trezor Model 1 for free. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for the love and support. And I have 2 more of these to give away. So if you guys have any ideas, put it in the comments below of this video. And yeah, looking forward to keeping everybody's crypto secure and helping out the community. Thank you. Peace.